Source claims fearful Sarah Ferguson worries dark forces are targeting ex-Prince Andrew, as she continues leaning on royal staff. Welcome to Crown Chronicles, your royal destination for uncovering the secrets, struggles, and hidden realities behind the British monarchy. Crown. If you're fascinated by the royal family and want to stay updated on the untold stories that shape the House of Windsor, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest deep dives into royal life. Now, let's talk about the latest twists surrounding Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, and her growing fears that dark forces may be targeting her ex-husband, Prince Andrew. A story that sounds like something straight out of a royal thriller, but it's one that insiders claim is all too real. According to sources close to the Duchess, Sarah has become increasingly fearful and unsettled in recent weeks, convinced that mysterious and powerful influences are working behind the scenes to bring down the disgraced Duke of York. Those close to her say she's been leaning heavily on long-serving royal staff for emotional support, confiding that she believes Andrew's troubles are far from over, and that unseen forces are determined to destroy whatever is left of his reputation and standing. It's no secret that Prince Andrew's fall from grace has been one of the most devastating scandals in modern royal history. Once celebrated as the Queen's favorite son and a decorated war hero, Andrew's name became synonymous with controversy following his disastrous BBC Newsnight interview and the explosive allegations tied to his association with Jeffrey Epstein. Since then, the Duke has faced public humiliation, the loss of his royal duties, and the stripping of his titles, a punishment reportedly approved by his own brother, King Charles III, and yet, through all of this, Sarah Ferguson has remained by his side. The Duchess, who divorced Andrew in 1996 but continued living with him at Royal Lodge in Windsor, has long insisted that her ex-husband is a good man who's been unfairly targeted. But now, reports suggest that her loyalty has evolved into something deeper, even desperate. An insider reportedly told the press, Sarah believes dark forces are still working against Andrew. She's frightened, she feels he's being used as a pawn, and she's constantly reaching out to the few staff members still loyal to them. The phrase dark forces has sent shockwaves through royal circles, raising questions about what, exactly, Sarah Ferguson is implying. Some royal watchers think it's a reflection of her emotional state. After all, life at Royal Lodge has changed dramatically. What was once a bustling royal residence has become a tense and isolated household. With Andrew no longer an active royal and facing ongoing financial uncertainty, the Duke and Duchess reportedly live in near solitude, relying on a shrinking circle of trusted staff, and yet, in public, Sarah maintains a brave face. She's been attending charity events, posting upbeat messages on social media, and presenting herself as resilient and positive. But those who know her well say it's a facade, that privately, she's deeply worried, not just for Andrew, but for herself. For years, the Duchess has leaned on her royal connections to maintain stability and relevance. But now, with the palace distancing itself from Andrew, and King Charles tightening control over royal finances and properties, Sarah finds herself increasingly isolated. There are whispers that she's worried about her future, particularly if Charles decides to reclaim Royal Lodge and relocate Andrew to a smaller residence. As has been rumored for months, and in true Sarah Ferguson fashion, she's not staying quiet about it. Reports claim she's been speaking emotionally to close friends, even suggesting that hidden enemies are working to erase Andrew from royal life completely, not just from titles and duties, but from history itself. Of course, the palace has refused to comment on any of this. Officially, Andrew remains out of royal service, living privately and maintaining his innocence. But it's no secret that King Charles and Prince William are keen to keep him far from the public eye. The monarchy's reputation depends on it. And while Sarah might see that as persecution, insiders suggest that Charles views it as damage control. What makes this situation even more complex is how intertwined Sarah's and Andrew's lives remain. Despite being divorced for nearly 3 decades, they still live together and share a deep bond. In many ways, their relationship defies convention, part friendship, part loyalty, and perhaps part denial. It's clear that Sarah sees herself as Andrew's protector, even when it comes at a cost to her own standing. But Sarah Ferguson's dark forces comments aren't just emotional, they might reveal her fear that the machinery of the royal institution itself is closing in. For someone who's spent years trying to rebuild her image after her own scandals, from the infamous toe-sucking photos in the 1990s to her financial troubles, Sarah knows better than anyone how powerful royal perception can be. Once you're cast out, it's almost impossible to return, yet, what's fascinating is that Sarah refuses to give up. She's still fighting for Andrew's dignity, insisting he's been unfairly treated. She continues to speak warmly of the late Queen Elizabeth II, who she says was always supportive and kind, and she's remained involved in royal-adjacent charities. But her recent remarks hint at paranoia, or perhaps a deeper understanding that the royal system protects its own, and that once you fall from its grace, you're left to fend for yourself. Insiders claim Sarah has grown increasingly spiritual in recent months, turning to faith and meditation to find peace amid chaos. She's said to talk often about karma, energy, and unseen influences, which might explain why she refers to dark forces. Whether she means actual individuals conspiring against Andrew or simply the weight of public judgment remains unclear. But one thing is certain, Sarah feels cornered. For now, she continues to rely on the small team of royal staff still loyal to Andrew, many of whom have served the Duke for decades. They've become her confidants, her source of comfort, and the link that keeps her connected to the royal world she refuses to let go of. Meanwhile, Buckingham Palace remains silent, maintaining its distance. The king has no intention of reopening the wounds caused by Andrew's scandals, and Prince William has reportedly made it clear that his uncle will play no public role in the monarchy's future. For the palace, this is about protecting the crown. For Sarah, it's about protecting the man she still calls family. In the end, Sarah Ferguson's fears, whether rooted in reality or emotion, paint a haunting picture of what it means to fall from royal favor. Behind the palaces, the jewels, and the pomp lies a far more human story, of loyalty, fear, and the desperate desire to hold on to something slipping away. Perhaps Sarah's talk of dark forces isn't so much about mysterious enemies as it is about the invisible power of the institution itself, an institution that can make or break a royal life with one quiet decision. Thank you for watching Crown Chronicles. If you found this story fascinating and want to uncover more royal secrets and behind-the-scenes truths, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know when we bring you the next royal revelation, because here at Crown Chronicles, we don't just tell the stories of royalty, we uncover the truth behind the crown.